Hey guys, what's going on? It's M.K.S again here. Back to you with part three of ideas for Mum's Day or Mother's Day, whichever you prefer. If you haven't already done so, check out parts one and two because hopefully this will make at least some sense and or better sense than it would do otherwise. I hope you'll enjoy this video and I'll make some sense and don't waffle too much. I'd love to have your feedback. Hopefully, it won't be too harsh on me, but. So as I say, because it's Mother's Day, if you prefer, excuse me, hoping to focus on ideas for mums and empowering mums and things like that. As I say, I'd love to have any of your ideas or suggestions, feedback, and all that sort of stuff, preferably as positive as possible, please. But anyway, onto the list. 21. I hope to encourage and support mums to write up their own biographies and tell their own stories and things like that about their lives and what it's like to be a mum, where they can advise other mums and things like that. 22, I hope to look into the future, I hope to support mums in developing countries and perhaps say share ideas like, for instance, sending things like training materials, PCs, laptops and things like that, and supporting parts of Africa especially with internet access and things like that, and perhaps other sorts of things like stationery or things like where mums, it would save mums a lot of money for, because I know it's thinking about mums, but also obviously I'm sure mums will want to see their children do better. So like stationery for writing or things like that, or for art and stuff like that, so, for their children. Also will save them money in the long term as well from developing countries. 23, on that note, I hope to just generally fundraise for mums, as I say, from developing countries like parts of Africa and Asia. Most of my goals about technology are to empower Africa specifically, but I wish to empower Asia in other ways, like science, engineering, maths and entrepreneurship and things like that. 24, hope to encourage promote the idea that for people from the West, like say on Mum's Day, like to perhaps make donations to parts of Africa and Asia to mums in those countries, and again Aboriginal communities, Indigenous American communities and groups like that, and especially from poor areas. 25, I hope to support mums from republics. 26, I hope to support mums, especially as I say, from countries that were colonized, again like parts of Africa and Asia, Indigenous communities in America and Australasia and groups like that. As I talked about the four before, as I say, Indigenous people from Australasia, Africa, the Americas and Asia and places like that. And even countries like Ireland, which were colonized by the UK and things like that. Although I suppose you could say, if you go back far enough, most groups were colonized at some point, I suppose you could say. But especially where people are poor, I think it'd be good to support them. Especially as an anti-imperialist, so I'm a bit biased in that way, perhaps. But 27, I hope to support. I hope to encourage the idea of sons and daughters writing thank you notes for their mums, which are like where they talk about things like what their mum did, what their mum has done for them, things they're grateful for from their mum, and just general thank you notes for bringing them up or things like that. So again, I'd love to hear what people think about that idea or creative ideas about writing thank you notes or thank you cards, or so people can, like at school or fathers can teach their children to write thank you letters for their mums and things like that. I know that probably already happens, but I just wish to promote the idea more. 28, I hope to reward any sponsors with their PR and things like that who support mums in developing countries, especially on days like on Mum's Day or Mother's Day, supporting those countries. Excuse me. I know it falls on different days in different countries, but yeah, so like people on Mum's Day, even when it's in the US or the UK, on that day, maybe people could think about mums in less in developing countries. And again, and what sort of issues they might have and how they can support them. So I hope to encourage that. Uh, 29, again, I suppose I'm a bit biased because I support things like republics or colonized countries, parts of Asia and Africa and things like that. So, and I hope to encourage, especially like say like people of color, POC, to support African and Asian mums, especially or African and Asia generally, but especially on Mum's Day, and again, Aborigines, Maoris, and groups like that, and Native Americans as well, and groups like that. And 30, I hope to have like a list of the top 30 most influential mums or successful mums and all that as a story to inspire other people, and perhaps like mums can have a list of 30 tips for other mums and things like that. So again, I'd love to hear what you think about this, and whether you think any of these ideas resonated with you or were interesting, and what sort of ideas you have as well. So as I say, I hope this was at least slightly interesting and entertaining. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think. Maybe give me a score out of 10 or something like that. But I hope, as I say, I hope you won't be too harsh. But I think that covers everything. Peace and love. Oh yeah, please do share your ideas. Sorry, please do share your ideas and your suggestions, your ideas, feedback, and that sort of thing. Again, how I can improve, perhaps, and that sort of thing. Peace and love.